Prior to World War II, the Dutch Army Aviation Corps was very interested in the concept of air cruisers, which is basically a similar idea to what is now known as a gunship, by adding combat weapons to bombers to enable them to intercept enemy bomber formations and carry out long-range bombing missions. This concept was realized by the Fokker company. In the mid-1930s, Fokker and the Dutch military reached an agreement to develop this new idea for an aerial combat weapon, resulting in the first flight of the Fokker TV bomber on October 16, 1937. The Fokker TV, in terms of appearance, was not much different from the twin-engine bombers of other countries at that time, but it was actually structurally outdated. It did not adopt an all-metal structure, with wooden wings, an aluminum alloy frame in the front, a wooden hardshell structure in the middle, and a steel tube frame in the tail. The Fokker TV was considered a medium-sized bomber, with an empty weight of 4,650 kilograms, a maximum takeoff weight of 7,650 kilograms, and a crew of 5 people, including a pilot, co-pilot, bombardier, radio operator/gunner, and gunner. The aircraft did not provide armored protection, and not even sealed fuel tanks. Based on the theory of air cruisers, the firepower configuration of the Fokker TV was decent. It was equipped with a 20mm cannon in the nose, and a total of 5 7.92mm machine guns were installed on the dorsal, ventral, and tail sections, as well as on both sides. The internal bomb bay could carry up to 1,200 kilograms of bombs for long-range bombing. The bomber was powered by 2 Bristol 9-cylinder air-cooled radial engines, each outputting 930 horsepower, driving a pair of variable-pitch 3-blade propellers. The maximum speed of the bomber was 417 km per hour, with a cruising speed of 335 km per hour, a maximum range of 1,550 km, and a maximum altitude of 8,550 meters. In 1936, Fokker and the Dutch military signed a contract for the production of 16 aircraft, but ultimately only this batch of bombers was produced and all were delivered by 1939. The main reason for not continuing production was the severely outdated aircraft structure, which would not be effective in intercepting and attacking enemy bomber formations. In 1940, as World War II was raging in Europe, the German army launched a military offensive against the Netherlands, and the Dutch military deployed the Fokker TV for combat. In its first combat mission, an 8-aircraft Fokker TV formation encountered and shot down 2 German bomber aircraft. However, the Fokker TV also suffered heavy losses during the day's operations, with only 2 bombers remaining, both of which were destroyed in subsequent combat missions. This aircraft had significant design flaws, lacking armored protection and self-sealing fuel tanks, making it vulnerable to catching fire when hit. The Dutch military was aware of these issues and had considered replacing it with other aircraft models before the outbreak of the war, but the arrival of the war hindered this plan.